Established the inside game of Jabbar very, very well. And we're looking at the guy that Casey Jones hopes is going to stop all this stuff, Kevin McHale.
Maxwell goes out, but the man for the Celtics is Kevin McHale, the coal miner's son from Hibbing, Minnesota. Celebrated sixth man. Whatever the Celtics need as he watches the first few minutes, he tries to deliver.
Well, his big asset is offensive boards and also shooting over people in the low post.
12-point lead, nearly 7 minutes remaining in the first period. Every Laker starter but Michael Cooper has scored. Parrish. Rambis gets the rebound. Half-court pass to Johnson. Henderson tearing at his shirt. Henderson doing a good defensive job on Magic and doubling now on Kareem. Magic's been successful so far, hitting from outside, and he continues to be so. He has 8 points now, and it's a 20-6 game.
Phoenix made that strategy work, backing down on Kareem and allowing the outside shots, but the Lakers hitting them here today.
Henderson misses. Rambis fighting inside. Loose ball. Parrish. And a foul. That's how the Boston Celtics earn their living, on second shots inside. And Robert Parrish is fouled, and he'll go to the line. The personal foul, #1 against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
You know, sometimes when you have a few days off, you talk about L.A. with all the problems of getting here after a Friday night victory over Phoenix. The other team sitting here loses their sync, and L.A. could easily be a little bit sharper than Boston just because they had that couple-day layoff.
Robert Parrish, in his 8th year from Centenary College, acquired from Golden State 3 years ago, and a concerned Casey Jones on the Celtic bench. Parrish makes the free throws. 1 out of 2. It's 20-7. The Lakers, by the way, has scored on every possession but one in this game, and we're nearly halfway through. Magic Johnson misses outside. Parrish to Dennis Johnson. Lakers back on defense. Rambis got a hand on that shot by Johnson, and we'll have a foul against Los Angeles as Larry Bird hits the deck.
There's Dennis Johnson's shot, and Larry Bird, one of their better offensive rebounders, kind of gets nudged from underneath. But the Celtics count on a lot of offensive rebounding off that fast break, and Bird is one of the best that they have at doing that.
4th team foul on the Lakers, 2nd on Michael Cooper. The Celtics have 3 team fouls. We're halfway through the first period. Looking for Parrish. Triple team. Kareem the rebound. He loses his goggles. Magic Johnson the other end. Gets the basket. Winds up on the floor. And the fast break pace continues. It's 22-7. It's been all Los Angeles so far. Henderson using Bird for a screen. Gets his 2nd basket of the ball game. And the Celtic fans starting to wake up a little bit here. 5.5 to play first period. And now they have Dennis Johnson guarding Rambis on a switch. He's still with him. Cooper's going to put it up. Left of the key. Rambis going high. Crashes with Bird. And the foul is called against the Celtics, I believe. Let's see. It is against Larry Bird.
That matchup, the way the Celtics are playing, picking up whoever is guarding you sometimes forces you, some of the Boston guards, to end up with some of the big people of the Lakers. And if that happens, guys like Dennis Johnson and Henderson will have to block out. Rambis that time got turned loose on the board.
5:04 remaining in the first period. Worthy gets it into Kareem. And Kareem hits the shot. He had a 3-point play to start the game. 24-9. And a foul. Bird has spent more time on the floor than off it right now. James Worthy might have committed a foul.
Well, this time Worthy ends up with Bird because of the quick advance of the ball by the Celtics. He loses his footing, and they say that Worthy had his hand around him, but kind of looked like Larry did it on his own.
That's the 15th foul against the Lakers, and so the Celtics will go to the line and shoot 2 shots. We have a timeout. Lakers showing no effects of a quick trip from Phoenix, Arizona. So Tom Heinsohn here at courtside at Boston Garden. You predicted a fast break for both sides. We've only had it one way, Tommy, so far.
Boston's the only team that's really missing, so it's providing lots of rebound opportunities for the Lakers to take advantage of. Plus, they've gotten out and played some decent defense. Conversely, L.A. up the other end of the court is hitting all their shots. Not too many rebounds for Boston to convert into fast breaks. Plus, The LA Lakers are playing superior get-back quick defense to stop Boston's break whenever they've had the opportunities.
Celtics have had more opportunities on the break but haven't scored on it.
This man, they count on so much to do so many things. His outside shot, but with Cooper, it is a novel experience because not many teams have a player of Cooper's ability, the quickness, determination to play that tough defense to deny Larry Bird the ball. The Lakers are just trying to keep his number of possessions down to a minimum.
Larry Bird, the best Celtic in history with scoring average of 22.3. It's a 14-point game, 24-10 right now with 4:45 remaining in the first period. Worthy loses the ball to Bird. Celtics trying to take advantage on the break via the turnover. Henderson puts a fake on Randall. McHale was trying to get position to tip it in. He couldn't. Now it's 3-on-2 LA. They don't miss many of these, and it's James Worthy who can fly through the air with the greatest of ease. He has 6 points now. Lead pass inside against Kareem. Larry Bird. It's still Boston ball out of bounds. The Laker fast break.
What makes LA so great is that third man. Watch James Worthy to the right of your screen. He's a power forward. Get in and put the pressure on the Celtic defense. Makes it a 3-on-2 situation. They have the quickest forwards in, I think, the history of the NBA.
When Buckner is in now, what will he do?
When Buckner is in there to pace the game a little bit for the Celtics and also hopefully hang out of the ball.
So pace the game, of course, move it up, push the ball up, and of course he's a good defensive pesky player and a physical player at that. So on the turnover, the Lakers have it, leading by 16. It's their biggest lead of the ball game. 4:05 to go first period. Cooper lost it. Kareem recovered and hits the baseline shot. That's like a Robert Parrish style shot. Done by Kareem, and now it's up now to 18. Parrish, right back. Celtics aren't getting the shots, but they got the bounce there.
Their inside game has deserted them. That's what they're really going to count on in this series. Point production from the big people.
Now Buckner is on Magic Johnson, and he'll be all over him. Buckner's a good defensive player.
Boy, he's got some quick hands.
Dennis Johnson is on Cooper. Bird giving Rambis all he can want to shoot. And the two centers isolated. And Kareem with the sky hook across the middle is 5 for 5 now. 11 points. He is the high scorer in the ball game. And with 3:10 to go, the Lakers continue their onslaught.
Casey Jones is selectively double-teaming Jabbar. Sometimes he will, sometimes he won't. And Jabbar, very smart, taking advantage of it.
Now here's Kevin McHale. He has been in the game for some time. That is his first basket, and I can think that they ought to go to him more now.
Well, the Lakers are packing it in inside. They're going to make trouble for the big guys of the Celtics. McHale's going to have his hands full just getting a shot off.
Cooper looking for Rambis. Lost the ball to Dennis Johnson. It was not a good pass inside. Dennis Johnson all the way. McHale. There he is. Second shot. 2:28 remaining in the first period. The Celtics are trying to come back here. A lot of time remaining, but it's been all Los Angeles after the Celtics score the first basket of the game. Lakers substitutions coming up as Magic Johnson misses one from outside, and Bird trying to get the running game going at Buckner. McHale tips it in. And it's a 12-point game. At one point it was 18, and the Celtics have made up 6 points so far. Kareem to a driving Rambis, stuffs it through.
You can pay the price if you double-team Jabbar too quickly. He spots the open man very, very well.
Cooper is on Dennis Johnson now. Parrish comes all the way up high, and a foot block, and a new 24-second clock for Boston.
Watch how smart Kareem is. He holds on to it just momentarily, but spots the open man after he's been doubled. And when you got that type of ability to pick out the open man, you've got a weapon.
Bob McAdoo, a prolific scorer off the bench at 6'11", is in the ballgame for the Lakers, along with Byron Scott, a rookie guard. McHale has hit his third in a row and 4 for 4 so far since coming into the ballgame. So Byron Scott, a rookie from Arizona State, teamed up with Magic with Dennis Johnson guarding Dennis Johnson and vice versa. Scott. Kareem skyhook. And Abdul-Jabbar has 13 points to lead the Lakers. Magic Johnson has 10. McHale with 8 points off the bench. High scorer for Boston. Here's Parrish.
That's the first time Parrish hasn't been double teamed on handling the ball.
Kareem lost the ball. Scott got it back for L.A. Magic inside, traveling call against Johnson. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, they clash for the NCAA championship. Now, for the first time in their pro history, they're battling it out for the World Championship of Professional Basketball. 40 seconds to go, first period. Larry Bird. Bird has 3 points so far. Parrish misses his attempt. And now with 31 seconds, the Lakers have the ball. Biggest lead for LA was 18. LA won both regular season games this year. Whistle before the shot and an offensive foul against Los Angeles. The Lakers beat the Celtics here in Boston by 2 and then won by 8 points at the Forum. And it was the first time in 4 years that the Lakers swept the Celtics in the regular season.
One of the interesting things, here's some contact right here. It's liable to continue Kareem's headache. Watch this. McHale right into him. You think it doesn't hurt underneath there? Where's the aspirin?
Kareem goes out. He has 2 personal fouls, but 6 for 6 from the field. And he's replaced by Swen Nader, an 11-year veteran from UCLA who's acquired from San Diego in the Norm Nixon trade that also brought Byron Scott to the Lakers. Bird throws the ball away, and he's very upset with himself. And the Lakers, with 5 seconds to go, should get the last shot. Maxwell comes in, Bird goes out, and Larry Bird scored 3 points in the first period.
That's an indication of how effectively Michael Cooper can keep the ball away from Larry.
Final shot off the glass, and that's the end of the first period. The Celtics, who are down by 18, cut some of that margin. But after 1 period of play in Game 1 of the NBA World Championship Series, it's the Los Angeles Lakers 34 and the Boston Celtics 22. The Lakers lead the Celtics 34-22 in the second period as we get underway. With 2 fouls, Kareem on the bench with 13 points. He's been the pivotal man, and Swen Nader, who played in the shadows of Bill Walton at UCLA and was a rebounding champion in both pro basketball leagues, is the center. And also Byron Scott, a rookie who really developed as a strong, confident outside shooter. Both of those players acquired from San Diego for Norm Nixon. And there is Swen Nader. What's his role now?
Well, he's got to provide some real quality minutes for Kareem, particularly Kareem at his advanced age may not be able to play this pace for a whole game.
Danny Ainge is in the ball game for the Boston Celtics to start the second period. Byron Scott is double teamed, and with 6 seconds on the shot clock, the Lakers have to develop something. McAdoo. In and out for Bob McAdoo. Bird gets the pass to Ainge. Over Worthy. And it's tipped in.
That's Boston's forte, hitting that offensive board.
Maxwell gets credit for the basket. The Boston Celtics had a rousing advantage over the Lakers in offensive rebounds in the regular season. 42-24. Still lost the games, however. Scott picked up by Buckner. And there's Byron Scott, who grew up near the Lakers' home in Inglewood, California. Nader and McHale are matched up. So McHale, who came in as a power forward off the bench, is now playing center for Boston. He's got the ball now, working against Nader. Double. Buckner. Not known for his outside shooting, misses, but there's Maxwell again, who played such an important role against Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Final. And the Celtics have a big edge in offensive rebounds. 8-1. Nader is fouled.
But they're keeping the Celts at bay right now, Dick, with, let's take a look at this rebound. Nader, leader in rebounds in the league a couple of times, knows how to muscle his way against the best, Kevin McHale.
First personal foul on McHale, and Swen Nader goes to the free throw line.
All the rebounders on the front line of Lakers